Hi, welcome to D&D Night on DDOstream. I'm your Dungeon Master, BonnieBew. And I guess before we get started, I should say that D&D Night on DDOstream is sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, the most supported virtual tabletop with more official licenses for your tabletop gaming enjoyment. So visit fantasygrounds.com to learn more if you're interested. And let's get started. When last we met, you guys had been on the hunt for El Lagarto, a very large albino alligator that Lord Garridon Zindalo of the village of Willowdale wanted revenge on because it had eaten his beloved wife Katerina some decade ago. He wants the head of this beast, and you guys have agreed to hunt it down for fun and profit, I guess. And with that, I guess I should maybe go across the line and have you guys introduce yourself with everybody who's here this evening. And I guess that means we will be starting with Kit Kat.
Hi, I'm Pink, and I'm playing Kit Kat.
Can you tell us something about yourself? A little, or your character, I guess.
So my character's a operatic bard, and she was kicked out of where her main venue was, and she hasn't explained why.
And she's also a changeling.
Yes.
And you're currently in a female form.
Yes, she is.
Next is Izzy.
Hello, I am Izzy, and I am a House J cleric, and I am currently just chilling out after last week and finding out that last month, and figuring out you guys used up quite a lot of my mana.
We've had a long rest since then, so if you're not at max everything,
she is.
You should be. Okay, cool. Then that brings us to Brighton.
Aloha, everyone. I am playing Brighton. He is a halfling from the Talenta Plains. Severely dislikes elves since they killed his dinosaur mount during the last war. So, yeah, that's...
Yeah, I'd hold a grudge too. Next is Pants.
Hello, everybody. I am Pants the Bouncer. He is a Warforged fighter, a little bit slow in the head. He doesn't know what chickens are, but he's having an existential crisis, so he has joined the guild.
I can't
for
stop
something
giggling.
to do. And last episode, he got bitten in the buttocks.
By a wolf.
By a wolf.
Or a barking chicken.
A barking chicken, yes.
And last but not least is Nissha.
I'm Rena. I'm playing Nissha, Shield of Stars. She's a Valinar elf who's currently on a quest to emulate her spirit guide, Isabel Stardance, who is a long past but storied warrior.
And you also have a special weapon.
Oh yes, she carries a double scimitar.
It's very fancy. Named... It has a name, right? It's Harmony?
I had to look it up. Yeah, I believe it's Harmony.
Here's hoping it's Harmony. Yay, maybe studying passed off. I don't know. Continuing our summary. So that's everyone who's here tonight. But continuing the summary, let's get to where might some of the other people be? You guys had a riverboat ride to the Braza farm that you finally reached. Starting out that riverboat ride last session, you kind of had a slightly eventful trip of it because another member of your party, Aleran, a fighter, And one of the Zindalo sons who have been escorting you on a riverboat, they came to contact with some caustic giant wasp guts. And it's caused a few problems. And a lot of last session was spent with Izzy trying to heal Aleran and Danoir's wounds, and they're now recovering, while the rest of you had ventured forth. Brighton had a bit of a turn as a sailor man, so he knows boats now.
Tarzan the Sailor Man.
Tarzan the sailor man?
Yeah, swinging from the rope.
He did kind of swing from the sail and the ropes. And then you finally reached the farm. You met with Nash Braza, who was the contact for the last sighting of El Lagarto, the albino alligator.
El Lagarto.
El Lagarto. Unfortunately, found out that like a decade ago, Lord Garridan had put up some kind of reward posters for any information about sightings of the alligator. And Nash Braza, since he's had a lot of bad luck lately with orcs and now this alligator incident, he really needed that money. So he wanted the 100 gold pieces before he let you talk to his son Bobby, who was the actual witness. Kit Kat, being persuasive, negotiated him down to 25 gold pieces and hunting a large water spider that had also been terrorizing the farm. So that's one kind of thing outstanding that you guys have going on. The other thing is an older halfling named Riverwide Stoutfield was also at the farm, and he was very downtrodden and sad because his son is missing. And with all of the stuff with orcs and all the stuff with albino alligators and giant water spiders, he's really concerned that something terrible has happened to his son and he will never see him again. And he has promised you a crate of some fancy wine. I think it was like YK 798 or 897, or it was good stuff. In fact, it's not even the good stuff. You know, they talk about the good stuff in Stormreach. This is probably some of the great stuff. So,
gooder stuff.
The gooder stuff. So you started out because you thought it might be a bit of a time-pressing, will we find the son alive issue, and you headed east of the Braza farm looking for signs of the son Talloak. On the way, you ran into a pack of wolves where Pants was bitten on the buttocks, and after that fight, you camped overnight. And here we are now.
After Brighton cleaved someone in, one of the wolves completely in half,
yes,
laterally, and doused everyone in the party in blood.
He turned a wolf into an unwolf.
I dodged that.
Mm-hmm. I think Pants got the most of the blood because he was knocked on his buttocks.
Oh yeah, I was lying prone in front of said wolf, so I'm now a red Warforged.
You got like the full onslaught of the blood and the gore. It was like a Gwar concert in your face.
That's a good way of putting it.
Now, you camped overnight, and in the morning, when you wake up, Zaleria has this brilliant idea. She's the ranger in your party. While you guys continue looking for Talloak, she's going to use her scouty ranger sneak ways, go back to the farm, and start looking for the trail of this giant water spider or any signs of El Lagarto that she can. Kind of getting a jump on the game, so as soon as you guys sort out this whole halfling, missing halfling thing, you can go straight, maybe you can go straight onto the trail of El Lagarto and make some progress, or the spider. So she's headed off back to the farm. The rest of you are freshly rested. I guess clearing up after camp. I don't know what you guys particularly do when you camp overnight. This is the first time you've camped overnight anywhere, really. Up until now, you've been in a village or in a city.
Yeah, Pants pretty much just stands and goes into his sentry mode.
It's probably his strong suit, his skill set.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
It's like the only operational program they had a chance to load at the factory before before the last war was over.
Yes, a sentry's rest. For anyone who doesn't know, he stands for 6 to 8 hours in an inactive, motionless state rather than sleeping. He appears inert, but he doesn't get rendered unconscious and can see and hear as normal. Perfect watchman.
So that left the rest of you to have plenty of ample time to take care of anything that you needed to take care of during your long rest. To care for any of your gear that you needed to do. Is there anything in particular special or out of the ordinary that any of you would have done camping overnight? Okay, I'm going to take that as a no.
As an elf, no, Nissha would only trance for 4 hours, so she would spend most of the rest of the night probably keeping watch and tending to her weapon.
So yeah, between you and Pants, the watch is completely covered. How about you, Kit Kat?
Not much. Just gets ready and just goes to bed. Can't really stay up.
Well, I figure maybe a diva isn't used to like necessarily camping.
It's not that she isn't used to camping because she's had to do it before to survive, quote unquote, but she doesn't really care.
Does she
she'll deal with it.
Does she have to do any need extra beauty rest or do anything particular to take care of her vocals?
She would probably not do it before bed, but she would probably warm up when she woke up, but she would be very cranky because she needs her beauty.
So some of the other people in the party might have been awoken by the sounds of you doing trills. Your morning exercises.
Yeah.
What does Brighton do in the morning?
He tries to sleep in when he can. Other than that, when he's waking up, the first thing he does is he reaches towards his mask that he carries, made from the skin and teeth of his fallen dinosaur, and kind of strokes it gently in a soothing motion as he's waking up. There's a lot of trauma there.
It sounds that way. So Brian's like a just 5 minutes more kind of guy.
Yeah, he'll roll over and grunt a little bit.
If there was a snooze button. And I forgot, did his fallen raptor have a name? Have we heard that?
Yes. I can't remember it offhand.
Do I need to look that up later?
That's sad. I can look it up.
I wanted to make a note of it. I can't find my notebook. What did I do with my notebook? Oh well, I'll have to survive with paper. Or the actual notes feature in Fantasy Grounds.
Shocking.
The actual Fantasy Grounds notes function.
I just remembered something else. I want Brighton, Nissha, and Izzy to roll a d20 in the tower.
Name is Swiftclaw.
Does Swiftclaw have a hatch mate named Slowpoke?
Did you see that roll, or do you want me to roll it in the chat?
I saw everybody's roll.
Sweet.
Okay, because Brighton just told me I rolled it in the wrong place.
You rolled it in the wrong place, but it's okay.
I didn't see.
Pants, to answer your question, no, Swiftclaw did not have a mate. Other than Brighton.
Now that relationship is sounding really inappropriate.
Whoa.
Well.
No wonder he's obsessed.
Whoa.
I'm a little uncomfortable now, or Izzy's a little uncomfortable.
I would like to point out that I put in Twitch chat earlier that I was not taking the bait for comments on the mask behavior or grunting.
Oh, jerk.
A
Just want
halfling.
that on the record.
A halfling never forgets his first raptor.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Now, Outside the tower, everybody can roll a perception check.
Do that. I'm trying.
You guys are so perceptive.
I know.
I'm
It's surprising.
literally standing next to a dead fireplace doing nothing but looking.
You jinxed it. Nissha got 7.
The only person who doesn't notice right away is to the east. There's a waterfall, of course. You've slept kind of in the vicinity of a waterfall about 50 yards to the east of you. Maybe not that far away at this point. But everyone but Nissha notices a movement behind the water. And Kit Kat notices enough. She thinks it's the figure of an orc.
Oh
Sorry,
boy.
Didn't quite catch that. My Discord's being awful tonight.
Kit Kat is perceptive enough to think she sees this figure behind the waterfall might be an orc.
Oh, okay. Well, we knew
Do
it
I
was
know
orcs
it's an
in the
orc?
waterfall.
Do I definitely know it's an orc, or is it just kind of looks like an
Well,
orc?
for everyone else, they kind of see a shadowy figure moving, but you see signs that it is an orc. As much as you know orcs, you would say it's an orc.
Ah. Okay.
So what do you do?
Kind of whisper to the rest of the group, just hey, that's probably an orc.
And I just reshared the map from last time of you guys where you fought the wolves with the waterfall.
Well, if it's any consolation, it's probably a cleaner orc. It won't smell as bad.
It's freshly showered.
Yeah, if you got to go up against an orc, at least it's one that's taken a bath.
That's one way of looking at it. So what do you guys want to do?
Well,
I don't know, investigate it?
as far as I recall, we were under suspicion that the orcs had taken the tall oak kid, and we were under suspicion that he was not going to be alive for much longer, hence why we went this way first. So that means we're probably going to engage.
It's pretty good bet you're gonna check out the waterfall. And you know that the Gruul tribe orcs have been really active in the area lately. They're the ones who attacked Nashbraza's farm about a month before.
Nissha would pull out her crossbow.
Can we tell how deep the little pond and lake in front of the waterfall is?
It's rather shallow. You think that maybe there's some kind of maybe an underwater spring that, is the source of this water. It's not connected to the main river. So there's some kind of geyser that's spouting up and causing this waterfall. It's very localized.
Okay. As we approach closer, does the orc appear to engage in any sort of behavior?
Well, at this point, you don't see the orc anymore. So apparently, if he was at the entrance of the cave, he either didn't notice you, or he noticed you and is maybe going deeper to maybe warn someone. But you don't see his figure at the entrance of the cave where you saw it before.
Okay. kind of turn back towards the party and, so are we going in?
Sure. I don't really trust it, but sure. It's the only thing around here, so.
Okay.
Let's go play.
There we go. 6
So-
spaces.
Yeah, go ahead and line up in your marching order that you want to enter the cave, how you want to enter the cave, and then I will transfer you to the cave.
If we're
Won't
going
let us-
into, or suspecting that we're going into a cave, Nissha would switch to her scimitar because it's probably going to be more close quarters.
All right, is everybody happy with how they are adjusted?
I'm too close to the elf.
You can look away.
He is.
Just pretend.
At you all night.
He stares at you while you sleep.
That's ominous.
So does Santa Claus.
I hope I'm getting this right. I did not quite get it right because right now Izzy is going to be standing in the waterfall. So you can adjust yourself some more if you want to. Once I share the map. Let me know when everybody can see the map.
It's
I
there
can
it
see
goes.
it.
Can see it.
So
Same.
Yes.
once you step through the water, you get a little bit damp. But you find that there is a moist, moss-laden cave with the walls dripping somewhat, kind of extending before you. It seems to wind, so you can't see more than about 60 feet in front of you. And for everybody who doesn't have dark vision, you might need a light source. At least right here at the entrance.
I am blind.
A little dark in here, isn't it? And very moist.
Yeah, so the only light comes from like the opening kind of through the water, so it's very, very dim. In front of you, there's a section that gets quite dark. So I'd say where Kit Kat and Izzy is, it's semi lit, but like by the point where Nissha and Brighton and Pants are, it's dark.
Pants holds out his 2x4 for Izzy to cast light on.
Let's take a peek.
Here's hoping.
Indeed, right? Since you set it up so nicely for me. And yes, I do cast light on it.
Woohoo!
Oh, it's an amazing glowing 2x4.
It's a very bright 2x4.
It's a holy 2x4.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the 2x4.
It's been blessed by the sovereign host.
Yes.
All hail the glowing rod.
Yes.
It's now a magical weapon.
So now what do you do? Now that you're in a cave,
Now we slowly start plodding forward into the grayness of unmasked-hood. All right. Moving on forward.
Now, where Nissa's standing, she noticed an outcropping. It looks like a patch of moss, some kind of natural growth there.
And I investigate it.
You can certainly investigate it. And once you investigate it, you find that this is some form of natural collectible.
Ooh, I will stick it in one of my pouches for now.
Everybody can collect something from this moss patch if they want to.
Ooh.
Ooh. Will
Is it a
the
random
moss
thing
kill
that
me?
you're going to roll for
It
us
is a
later?
random. In fact, all of you can roll a percentile dice if you so wish.
I'm sorry, what kind of dice?
Percentile.
Percentile, okay.
How do we do that?
I think what you do is you right-click on a 10
And it's a percentile.
and choose the percent sign.
There we go.
Was Pants, you were the first one to roll, right? Yeah. Okay. Pants gets a crypt moth. I'm having a hard time sharing. Let me put something in your loot. You guys can see your party inventory on your party sheet, right?
Yes.
So Pants got a crypt moth.
Mm-hmm.
Izzy got an intact spore pod.
Ooh.
Kit Kat got a dusk brewed trumpeter mushroom.
Ooh.
I wouldn't eat that.
Aw, why not?
Sorry, can you put the crypt moth in the parcel again? It didn't quite transfer. It just came across as a blank line.
Doesn't look like there's any assignment.
Oh, I'll have to assign it to you in a sec.
Okay.
There we go.
Did that work?
It worked that time, yes. Thank you. That's so great. I now have something in my backpack.
Nissha got a swing mushroom cluster. And Brighton got a ruddy fungus.
And all I got was this ruddy fungus.
It sounds like, that you need a cure disease.
Wait, who had... Kit Kat had the dusk brood, right?
I had a mushroom.
Oh, you had the intact spore pod? Oh, the dusk brood trumpeter mushroom.
Right, I had the intact spore
mushroom.
pod.
I had the trumpeter mushroom.
So I put your names by what you got.
Okay.
And hopefully you can read the description of your collectibles, etc.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Shall you continue into the cave?
Sure, let's continue on into the darkness, holding the 2x4 out, lit up like a road flare or something.
At this point, you see another patch. This is a darker kind of slimy area, and it's interspersed with some moss. But in addition to that, as you look around the corner, you see some monsters. So roll initiative.
Nissha, you were on a roll with those 7s tonight.
I know, right?
He needs to be playing slot machines.
I'm like dragging the whole display over.
I'm just letting everybody else go first so that I can get flanking.
So you see 2 orcs and a little goblin right in front of you.
Oh, hi, guys.
Ah! And the goblin points at you and says, "Ha-ha!" Which, the people who speak goblin, which I know is Nissha, and I think maybe Kit Kat?
Maybe.
Do you speak goblin?
I do.
The people who speak goblin know that "ha-ha" means
I
kill.
do speak goblin.
It means kill the intruders. Or it usually means death.
Well,
Death.
either way.
So Izzy, having rolled a 20 on her initiative, gets to act first.
Oh, yay! I am going to take the light source from Pants so that he has his hands free.
I think he's fine because it's his 2x4 and that's his weapon.
Oh, okay. Then I won't take his weapon from him because that's kind of rude. I will pull my knitting needle daggers out from my top knot, and I have them in my hand.
Ha-ha! It's your very own ha-ha. So you just ready your weapon?
Yes, that's really all it is. I'm not really running forward. Cleric, squishy. No.
So you pull your knitting needle daggers and you hold your any kind of action.
Yes.
Alrighty. Brighton!
All right, so Brighton grabs the mask he usually has hanging around his neck, pulls it up over his face, tightens it, puts his arms up in a short pose, and makes that sound that all halflings and DDO make when they rage. Roar!
Classic halfling.
And then I will advance and attack the goblin.
You might need to click the effect button for the rage in addition to checking the thing. It doesn't look like it's applied your there you go.
Got it.
I'm seeing him.
Okay. So I got my great axe.
Oh, there's a start.
Oh my. Well, just
That was
like
effective.
Just like Brighton made a wolf an unwolf last session, you have made this goblin an ungoblin. Is there a particular form of carnage you want to deliver unto this goblin?
Slice it in half.
My goal is to slice it off at the head and make the head hit the orc behind him.
Ooh, like maybe a little targeted blunt damage?
And that's the plan.
All right, roll a d20 for that. Oh. I don't think a 6 is going to be quite enough to hit him with your ricochet, so it goes flying past the ear of the orc behind him. But the orc does get splattered with some goblin blood.
Do I need to roll my damage?
I'm pretty sure you don't need to roll your damage. Go ahead and roll your damage. Yeah.
Okay.
But a crit with your great axe, I think it's going to obliterate this little goblin.
It exceeds hit points by 6.
It's an ex-goblin.
Well, so, I guess the goblin yelling death really, it was appropriate.
Yeah, die, but it was, I guess he kind of got it wrong as to who was going to die. So he's an ex-goblin. Let's get rid of him.
It's because he was trying to start singing a Misfits song in Goblin without cover, or without rights.
It's never a good idea to sing a Misfits song without backup. So,
okay.
Do you want to move or anything to continue your turn, or how are you feeling right now?
I think I'm good right now.
Okay. Do you want to end your turn, or do you want me to do it?
I can figure out which button.
To be left of the menu if you have a menu button. You might not have a menu button, but it's on the left side. A little down arrow on your combat tracker.
Okay.
Ta-da! Now pants!
I may not be a smart man, but I know orcs are bad. So I will approach, face the orc, and smack him, or attempt to smack him, with my 2x4.
With his glowing 2x4.
Yes. It looks like I'm at a rave now. All right.
It's like a fat lightsaber.
Boots and pants.
Fat lightsaber?
So, you have wounded this orc, and he lets out a large grunt. He's somewhat fuming.
That's all I got.
That's all you got? So it's Kit Kat.
Okay. Let's see. Move up a little bit. Let's see. She's just gonna ready her rapier because she can't really get that too close.
So you're just gonna ready your rapier. Are there any spells or anything you want to cast?
Maybe. Let's try. No. Because none of these really work in this situation.
Okay. So you're holding action and ready as well. Okay. Do you want to end your turn, or do you want me to do it?
I did it.
Now it's Nissha.
Nissha would move forward. And attack the orc. And then her secondary attack. And I think that would end her turn.
Alrighty. So orc number 1 is still wounded. He's not quite bloodied yet. And it is he is going to try and attack Pants and Nissha, roll a d6. Lowest is going to get it. Pants. Oh my god! You don't make things
dueling
easy.
dice.
Well, since he doesn't have 2 attacks, he's going to try to attack Nissha with his great axe. But he misses terribly. I guess his wounds have been too great thus far for him to take solid aim at Nissha, and she's rather swift. So he fumbles, misses her completely, and that is his turn. Meanwhile, orc number 2, who is not adjacent to anyone, he's not flanked by anyone at this point, he's retreating.
Oh, no, he's not.
And at this point, partially from the orc that is kind of yelling down the hall as he kind of runs away, but like in a warrior-like way. You know, he's running away as manfully as he possibly can. The noise has also brought some kind of ruckus, etc. There's been some sounds in the combat so far. So down the cave, you can hear the sounds of further movement of other bodies.
Oh no.
Well, that's not good.
I think he's bringing friends, and not friends for us.
Yeah, and you see in the distance what do you see? Another goblin pops up. And another orc pops up. And there may be further friends that you haven't quite seen yet that are coming.
Lovely.
And with that, it is going to be Izzy's turn again.
I know, I'm all the way back there. All right, so I am going to move up closer to the group in case I'm needed. And that's it. I'm just going to move up closer.
Alrighty.
It's not offensive.
Alright, do you want to end your turn? Brighton.
Oh, he's gonna demolish the orc in front of him, hopefully.
Oof.
Is that blink corgi for dead orc?
No, that is like oof for he's down to a shred of life. Like we're talking massive hemorrhaging. I can't say hemorrhaging. That's not how you say that word, is it? He's bleeding a lot. There are guts, you know. There are organs that should be inside the body that are no longer inside the body but poking out and saying hi. So he's in a very dire state, but he is still on his feet.
As a cleric, I say that's a really bad boo-boo.
Is there anything else Brighton would like to do?
I wish I had a second attack so I could just kick him.
And alas, you don't have any spare goblin heads to try to ricochet at his to finish him off.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Now with that, oops, let me back up because I skipped something. I didn't actually.
Oh, Goblin number 2 didn't get to go. That's okay. He could just hang out.
Oh, forgive me. Forget about Goblin number 2. I made a little mistake there. You aren't actually supposed to be seeing him yet. Well, actually, I take that back. I lie. It is his turn. Because what he's going to do is he's going to run forward out of, from the shadiness. And he's going to run up, and he's going to take a little ranged pot shot at somebody. Probably Nissha, because she is in the front. With his little short bow. And it's a hit! And you hear the goblin say, "Ha-ha!"
Oh.
And now it's Pants' turn.
Now it's my turn. Alright, well, Gruul Tribe Orc 1 needs to go, because otherwise we'll get some attacks of opportunity trying to go get to the other guys. So, here we go. And smack! Can I not roll a 1 on my damage? Oh, well, he literally had one
He literally had 1 hit point. So how does that smacking look? When you smack an orc with 1 hit point with your 2x4, what does that look like?
Well, since it's glowing at the end from Izzy's light spell, it looks kind of like a bit of a rave spray, just flashing red glitter all throughout the cave darkness.
Does Nissha and Brighton need to do a dex save to see if they get covered in blood spray?
No.
Okay.
It's more going up against the wall.
All right.
Because Pants is considerate like that. And then he will move forward to tie up Goblin 2 and Gruul Orc Tribe number 3 and take some hits in the face.
Okay. You want to end your turn? Oh, and at this point...
Oh, sorry.
At this point, because Pants moved forward a little bit, we have illuminated that there's another orc standing at the back of the cave. Appears to be a caster of some sort. He might be starting to do some hand motions. And it's Kit Kat's turn.
Yay! Let's try this. What does that mean?
That means that the Goblin number 2 succeeded on its saving throw.
Yes.
Aw, so sad.
So when you do Dissonant Whispers, if they save, does it do any damage or does it do half damage?
I believe it's half damage.
Yeah, I think it's half damage. Cool. Rolling damage.
Okay, cool. And Fantasy Grounds, being super smart, applied half damage. So that goblin is starting to look like he's in a bad way. But you're not quite seeing any organs poking out saying hi yet.
Alright.
Now, orc number 3. He's going to take a swing with his great axe onto this Warforged with a 2x4, a glowing 2x4. Rawr! And he misses. So that's a bit of a disappointment for the orc as well as the DM.
Hate magnet.
Aww. And then little goblin number 1 pulls out his short bow and he takes a shot at Pants. Ptoing! And he misses too. Aww.
Aww.
Pants, the ultimate dodger.
He's not really dodging so much as just kind of standing there and watching.
Well, which goblin was that? The one right next to Pants or the one further back?
Goblin number 1. The one farther away who's not adjacent to Pants.
Gotcha.
You can always tell who's acting by the white circle that surrounds their token.
I just noticed the white circle.
I know. I always forget that it does that too, and then I noticed it again, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm discovering rock music all over again. Now, the goblin, now his turn's over. It is time for the orc wizard in the back. Now, he seemed, you saw him making some hand motions earlier, and there's some kind of like frisson of something. A little kind of shield that sparkled kind of seemed to outline his form. But now he's raised his hands for another spell. And he's aiming it at Pants. And you see some tiny dots of light or concussion. If for concussive, maybe concussive force coming at you, and you don't seem to be able to dodge this as you're hit with a magic missile.
Ow.
And then you're hit with yet another because you get 3 darts of this kind of force damage.
Ow. Ow.
And that is his turn. On to Nissha.
Nissha sees this wizard attacking Pants and knows that we need to get rid of him right away, but we have to get through these other things first. So she's going to move forward and attack the goblin. And use her secondary attack.
All right.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have great weapon fighting, when I roll damage, if I roll a 1 or a 2, I can re-roll.
Yes.
So how would we go about doing that?
Wait, when you rolled that damage, did you drag it to the goblin automatically?
Yes.
I think I can undo it.
She can actually undo it herself. If you Nissha, if you right-click the damage roll, there's a plus/minus to negate the value.
Got it.
So you've negated it. Ooh. And that time, you quite exceeded his available life points. So how did the slicing of your goblin, how does that look?
Well, Nissha swung at him with her double-sided scimitar and missed him the first time, but then on the backswing with the second blade, she lopped his head off.
Whoa. Do you want to?
She's going to move
Are you going to try to target with that head like Brighton did earlier?
No.
Okay.
But she is going to move to the orc and use her action surge for another attack.
All right. Let me get rid of goblin number 2 from the fun zone. All right, action surge.
And misses.
All righty.
So that was my action surge.
All righty. Do you want to end your turn?
Yes.
All right, we have orc number 2. He takes a step forward so that he's now adjacent to Nissha and Pants. And he's going to take... how about you guys roll d6 again? Competing for targetness. This time high number gets hit. Roll a d6, Pants.
Jim says you're going to die. Roll a d6. Is that for me, I'm assuming? Yeah?
Yes. All right, you get attacked. So, critical fail on the part of orc number 2. It's very sad. This Gruul tribe orc has been terribly shamed because I'm pretty sure he's the one who ran away earlier, which wasn't exactly the most orcish thing to do. And now he's utterly failed to hit a Warforged, which isn't exactly a small target.
A non-dodging Warforged, too, is just kind of standing there with a glowing 2x4.
Mm-hmm. Not exactly a subtle target.
Not at all.
And he has failed utterly. And with that, it is now Izzy's turn again.
Okay, so I am going to move up closer and toss a healing word towards the Warforged. In theory.
I certainly won't complain about that.
And remember, he does resist healing, so it'll be half.
Now, I didn't see that because I thought Warforged were full.
That's a house rule 5. That's our house rule.
Yeah, okay. Going house, okay. Why is it not casting? There it is.
Oh.
So it's
half a value.
Right, so so round down.
And I still need to I need to manually do that now.
Unless I can do a half value. Look, I did it myself.
Woohoo!
Yeah, no, I need to
That's right.
when you for that you have to roll it in the like not automatically apply it, roll it half the value and then
drag
half value over. Yeah, okay. So that goblin is probably still alive technically, but oops, learning.
What goblin?
The one that we thought we negated the value for the reroll of the 1.
Oh no, he got restored.
Okay.
Yeah, Nissha negated it correctly.
Okay.
So Pants has had some fleshiness, maybe some coolant fluid. I don't know. It's some, the whole Warforged guts and bells and whistles and gears. The things that aren't gears are back in place. And now it's Brighton's turn.
I am going to advance the orcs. And attempt to smack Gruul Tribe Orc 2.
Gruul Tribe Orc 2 is having a bad day. A pretty bad day. You see that in one swing, this Gruul Tribe Orc has been seriously bloodied. He's still standing. But there are open, gaping wounds. You see down to through the muscle, down to the sinew and bone of his shoulder. You've practically cleaved an arm off.
Yay, damage.
Anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm good. Let me move my turn.
Okay. That's Pants.
All right. So Gruul Tribe Orc number 2 is looking pretty rough, and he's irritating a little bit. So I'm going to smack him with my stick.
You did the spin.
Got the full spin
And
going.
you have hit him. Oof!
Smack!
And he has been smote out of existence.
And hey, I complained, and look, I rolled more than a 1 on my damage.
Mm-hmm. So, Gruul Tribe Orc number 2, his bad day just ended very, very badly.
And then I would like to move up, still remaining within melee range, so just shifting here. And this goblin number 1 that shot an arrow at me earlier, I would like to use my action surge and hit him in the face.
Karma just came a knocking, and the Karma is a big 2x4.
Which missed.
Yeah,
Alas,
no, the Karma came a knocking, but no one was home. So.
Alas, the goblin was too short for that swing. Nope, sailed right over his head.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty, now it's Kit Kat.
Okie dokie. That was almost a 2.
But instead it's a sweet, sweet 22.
Yes, it was. But it was on like the borderline between 18 and 2, and it just went, you're lucky today. And rolled on to the 8. And I did damage.
Can you drag that damage to number 3?
I think I did. Didn't?
No, I don't see it, but I can do it. Or you can just... Did you? Oh, you just dragged it to yourself.
I put it onto the goblin.
No, honey, you didn't.
And give yourself 6 hit points back.
You just shank yourself?
Yes.
Okay, I dragged it to the orc, but you'll... Okay, cool.
Dang.
Alrighty.
I have no idea what just happened. I put it onto the orc.
Now it's Gruul Tribe Orc number 3's chance to attack. And since you're the one who just hit him, he's gonna aim for you.
Great.
It's a hit.
Crap.
$13 damage.
Mom.
Waka. So he gets off this mighty cleave. And you see stars.
I don't want to almost die again, Mom.
If there's something that you would flash back to when you're having a near-death experience, you're seeing those images right now about the choices you've made in your life that have led you to this point.
Oh boy.
And then it's Goblin number 1, Little Pipsqueak. And he is going to take a swing at Pants.
Now, why would you do that? I mean, I only just tried to take your head off.
He's going to do a little upswing with his scimitar. And he misses. It's like a comedy of errors. You and this goblin are like trying to fall over each other, basically, with your weapons, swinging at each other, and everybody keeps missing.
Can someone play the Benny Hill theme, please?
Mm-hmm. And it's the orc wizard's turn. And he is going to firebolt at you, Pants.
Oh.
But he misses.
Ha!
It clears wide, and it flies right past Pants' head, in between the goblin and the orc, and it singes the cave wall. There's a little burnt mark scorched there now.
I just kind of look over my shoulder. That was road.
You heard fire. Now it's Nissa's turn. Is she back?
So Nissha, yes, sorry. So Nissha is going to attack the orc in front of her.
So your first swing is a miss.
She misses twice.
And the follow through is a miss. This side of the cave might be cursed. Alright, now it's Izzy's turn again.
All right, so Izzy is going to move up to Kit Kat. She's not quite sure why she's calling her mom. She's really thinking that she's obviously really in a lot of damage, so she will heal her.
It's probably part of the near-death vision she's seeing right now.
She's calling for her mommy in her dying moments.
Yeah. Yay. Wow, that brought me fully back up.
Whoa, that's huge heal. That heal had sparkles on it.
Yeah, that one, that was a good glow.
Kit Kat has this sparkling sheen now. She's better than new. Yeah.
Hair looks like a Calgon commercial.
It's like she just had a makeover and everything. But not a Changeling makeover. It was just freshly blow-dried hair,
Yeah. Like one of those hair commercials where it's the hair is blowing everywhere and it's buy our shampoo, but
we're looking around for the wind
buy our
machine.
life.
It's like that heel had a prestidigitation kind of twist spin on it because it was so good.
Yeah.
It's like the Vanna White, she presented the heel.
And the crowd goes, ah!
Yeah.
Even the enemies take a moment to admire that heel.
The orc pauses, looks at Kit Kat, says, she's on point.
Ah, yeah.
And they go, kill the cleric! Kill the cleric!
Oh my goodness, it's
on
DDO!
Alright, so that's your turn?
Yes, that is my turn. Hold on.
It's Brighton.
All right. I am going to run at the orc wizard.
You're gonna leap over chests and tables.
Do you want me to roll acrobatics or
Yes, please.
athletics for that? Sure.
It's not good. It doesn't need to be very high, but
Hold
considering
on.
you're a halfling and it's obstacles. I would say as long as it's above 8. Woo, that was close.
All right. Now I'm going to attack him.
All right, have at him.
No!
Ah! And you hear the orc
gonna-
wizard.
I'm going to eat it.
He throws his head back and he goes, "Ha ha! Little halfling. You're next."
Wonder if I should go hide behind pants. No, I'm good. All right, advancing.
Are you testing spells, Izzy?
I hit the wrong button. I was trying to examine it, and I hit the wrong.
I know what that's like. I do that a lot when I'm playing cleric.
All right.
Pants! What you gonna do, Pants?
Pants is going to sit there and look at goblin number 1 and try and hit him again.
He does it!
And rolls a 1 again.
Oh boy.
It's a good thing for modifiers, you know?
Right. That's a real good thing.
But because of the wonder of modifiers, you can tell that this goblin is starting to look like he's not quite bloodied, but he's very close. He's starting to get a bit gruesome.
Well, that's good. That's good. And that is, yeah, that's it.
Kit Kat.
I'm guessing Pants didn't take great weapon fighting.
Nope.
didn't
Single weapon
download it.
dueler.
He didn't download it in the factory.
Yeah, that was not one of the modules that was uploaded. Alas,
Wait, what?
when you were at the factory.
Oh, yeah, no, he was only uploaded with
Yes!
the duelist.
Woo!
weapon.
I got 20.
Critical!
Try killing me once.
Kit Kat's getting the revenge!
Ha ha!
So, he's looking quite bloodied, but he's still on his feet. But you can tell that there are organs where there shouldn't be organs, and there are, parts that are where there shouldn't be parts, and there's lots of blood and gore, and he's not having a good time. Do you want to end your turn?
Yes.
He got hit by the karma stick.
He did.
Heck yeah.
But he's not going to go out quietly. And he's going to
Sadly.
he's going to fight to his last breath, and he's going to take a swing back at Kit Kat.
Oh no.
And he hits.
Oh,
Not
no,
quite.
no.
Not a nat 20, so at least you got that going for you.
At least.
And I guess because he's in such a bad way, he has hit you, but it wasn't with the full force of his former power. So he's only done 4 points of damage. So you aren't even bloodied this time around. It's not like the last time that he hit you with his axe. Goblin number 1. The little goblin. Now, the Warforged just hurt him. And he's not really happy about it. He's a bit sad about it, and he wants to get some of his own back. So he's going to try again to get pants with his scimitar.
Oh, this is personal goblin toaster animosity here now.
And he hits.
Ooh.
And he slashes up against your armor plating.
Ow.
Oh.
And he's fierce with it. All of the rage in his little goblin heart has been directed toward your frame. And he does a good whack. And then he shouts, "Ha ha!" And then we have our orc wizard. And he gives Brighton a look. Kind of narrows his eyes. And he lets loose with a magic missile right in Brighton's face. 3 darts of light and heavy force come reeling towards Brighton, and you can't move out of the way. Did you get that third one?
Yep.
Okay.
Sadly.
Sadly. And then he just laughs. Puny halfling. And it's Nissa's turn.
Nissha is going to use this opportunity to slash at the orc in front of her.
This is just a different kind of opportunity.
A glorious swipe. And that orc has died a warrior's death.
As that orc dies, she's going to step forward and attack the goblin.
Alrighty.
And miss.
Ha!
Swishes over his head. Let me move the thing.
Okay. And we're back around to Izzy.
See the world, they said. Leave home. Go on adventures. Throw heal spells at people.
Did that heal for the full 6? I think it did.
I wasn't paying attention to how much you had before.
Do we need to adjust Pants' thing, or are we good?
I think we need to have him.
I think I need to remove 3 from there. So that's there. I think that's yeah. Yeah, there we go. So resist healing did not in fact work. Oh well.
We'll have to look into that one more. I'm sure there's some way to do it. Though it is a house rule, so maybe it's a weird thing. But hey, as long as we kind of keep up on top of it, it'll work. Brighton!
Well, trying to automate it.
Yeah. We could experiment some more with automating the resistance there.
All right. So Brighton lets out a primal scream at the wizard since he just smacked him in the face. And takes a swing with his great axe. And misses.
You're allowed to miss on occasion. It's okay. You don't have to kill something every round.
The wizard laughs even harder. Good try, little halfling.
And maybe I should try to take out the goblin. I'm going to stand here, though.
Okay. Pants.
All right. So the only thing that's left now for me, as far as I'm concerned, is the goblin, because he's still living and he hurt me a lot. So I'm going to.
He's not a nice goblin.
Sorry?
He's not a nice goblin, apparently.
No, he's not a very nice goblin. So I'm going to use my second wind here. And hopefully, well, we'll see here how this heal thing works. If I got it right, this is going to be halved, and it shouldn't be. So we'll find out. So 3. And, well, still didn't quite have it right, but we'll deal with it manually. There we go. Alright, so that was my bonus action for my second win. Let me check that off. There we go. And of course, I rolled a 1. Of course.
Of course.
What else would I roll? What else would I roll?
It's your theme.
Yep. It seems to be a trend to be completely combat ineffective in all of my characters. So, we're going to take the 2x4 Soggy Lumber Edition plus Glow Stick and smack the goblin.
Oh, dear.
Or not.
Change those dice color. Change the dice color.
They're already the color of poopy brown. I mean, what I can't make them.
Well, that's probably why they're rolling so low, man. Gotta make a happy non-poop color. For happy dice numbers.
You have to make them the red of blood.
Or
right.
black of death. One or the other, but the poop, you're just you're making them feel bad and they have no self-confidence.
See, ironically, the best set of dice I have are hot pink and are on my bard.
Oh, man.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got.
Now it's Kit Kat's turn.
Okay. Nope, okay. So, it's just this little corner that's really, really curved.
I think it's the whole bottom half of the map that's cursed.
The whole bottom half. It's filled with critical fails. And sadness. So Goblin number 1, he's still trying. He's gonna get you, Pants. If it's the last thing he does.
And your little pretties, too.
Yeah, and your little dog. If you had a little dog, he'd get that little dog. But apparently...
It's because I have now upgraded to the 2x4 Glowing Sadness Edition.
Apparently ones are catching. And the poor little goblin, he is mimicking you in every way now.
Is he mimicking the existential sadness?
Yes. Loss of existential sadness. And it's the Orc Wizard's turn. And he's going to shoot a firebolt at Brighton. Which hits. And you feel your flesh start to burn, Brighton. As he inflicts 2 more points of damage. That might leave a scar.
Does anyone else get a whiff of bacon in here?
I don't know. Did we eat breakfast? I'm hungry.
Mm.
I'm going to turn around and attack the elf next.
It's Nissa's turn.
Nissa's going to attack the goblin again. And then try again. And let's try to re-roll that.
See, my curse is spreading.
I know 2 ones in a row. But since it seems the goblin is going to die.
Did you what? I like totally didn't pay attention to how much hit points he had before. Was it 6 or was it not 6?
We don't see the number.
Oh, you don't see the number? Oh, well,
No,
did you negate?
Did
Did you negate the damage from the first
I
roll of the one?
negated the damage the first time.
Okay.
And then I rolled it a second time, but I still rolled a 1.
Still died.
I need to pay more attention to numbers. Especially since I'm hiding hit points from you guys. The least I could do.
Well, apparently I'm hiding my hit points from myself, too, so.
Did you leave them in your other pants? But, dumb.
We only have 1 pair of pants. It's pants.
Just 1 pants. So she's going to kick the corpse aside and advance towards the wizard.
Alright. Consider that corpse kicked.
Wait, so if we only have 1 pair of pants, what is Brighton wearing?
I think it's
loincloth.
Yeah. A little halfling toga.
Okay. Yep, that's 1 pair of pants. Okay. Minotaur pants, to be precise.
Alright, it's Izzy's turn.
All right, let's see. Izzy is going to and I think he resisted. I believe he resisted my sacred flame, if I'm reading that correct.
Yup.
Yeah, he's saved successfully. I know. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Dang it.
Brighton! It's your chance to redeem yourself.
If I miss 3 times in a row. I quit.
The dice today are very bad. And I don't even have the dice gods loitering in Discord chat, watching over what everyone does.
We're not playing games here, little man. You could try to hit him once in a while.
You decapitate 1 goblin and everything went downhill from there.
One might say it was almost Babe Ruth-like. It's either decapitate or... Meh. Can I fit in this little alcove here?
Yes. It's a squeeze.
Well, I could just kind of hip check Brighton a little bit out the way.
I'm thinking at this point you're not really swinging your 2x4, but you're trying to bonk with your 2x4.
Well, I can just club him in the face with my fist.
You can just swing over the halfling's head.
Yeah.
I could do that because I'm significantly taller than the halfling. Just overhand arc right over his head. Of the Glowing Sadness edition against the Orc Wizard. There we go. I think that'll work.
At least someone can hit him.
And the orc wizard has taken his first hit, and you've knocked a little bit of the laughter out of him.
Funk right across the jaw.
Slow-mo.
That firebolt was rude. Oh, yeah. And I keep forgetting that part.
So, I'm gonna be nice. Actually, no, I'm not. So, I can't really get to the wizard, because all of you are kind of having a nice circle.
Can you squeeze behind or below Nissha on that little log?
Let's try. Let's.
Yeah.
We're all just being up on this one person, and I missed.
But now that he's surrounded, you're seeing the orc wizard starting to look a little bit concerned.
He should be concerned.
I don't think it's physically possible for him to be more surrounded and screwed at this point.
Not with our dice luck.
He's still going to go for Brighton,
He doesn't know about that yet.
Izzy would have to, like, climb over people to get into the corner to help you.
He's going to aim a firebolt at Brighton.
He's like secretly a wizard acrobat. He's just gonna like dive over Brighton's head so that he can escape.
Oh, I like what Comic just put in Twitch chat. Surrender now and we'll still kill you.
I'm aborted because I just accidentally picked up too many dice. And he hits him with the fire. With 5 more points of damage. That's going to leave even more scars. In fact, it's really sad because like it singed part of your mask.
That's okay.
And now it's Nissa's turn.
Wait, does that mean the orc wizard just made a sick burn on Swiftclaw's memory?
Yes. It was a sick burn.
I just cannot hit with my primary attack.
Curious technicality. Do you still get the follow-up attack if you miss the primary?
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to hit. You just have to make the attack.
Okay.
And with that,
And that was me.
Your follow-through, you floor the orc wizard. And he is now dying on the floor in front of you. So that puts you guys out of combat temporarily. Or out of combat. Now, you see, amongst all of the goblin bodies and all the orc bodies, it looks like they've been making camp here. You can see signs that they were from the Gruul tribe that's local. And you also see there's this like little alcove that kind of leads to a pit with a ladder coming out of it.
I'm sorry, did you say we were out of combat?
You're out of combat.
Okay, I would like to, while you're describing things, Pants would like to take 1 minute and activate his self-repair protocols.
So is the wizard actually died or is just dying?
He's at 0. So he's dead for all intents and purposes.
Nissha would be very sure that he was really dead.
But I was like, you watch him dying in front of you just in case Brighton wanted to jump on his corpse or something.
Oh, my turn was next after Izzy, so I was going to smack him really good.
So if you want to like kick him now that he's dead or anything like that, feel free.
It wouldn't involve a kick. I'd still attack him with the great axe, just to make sure.
All right, so you like attack his body with a great axe and you basically chop him in half. There's no coming back from that. that doesn't, involve some kind of resurrection scroll and like a whole bunch of gold. But for all intents and purposes in this cave, that wizard is deader than dead. So you see in this cave, there's like a bunch of little pallets and stuff. There is a table. There's some coins and gems, looks like, on top of the table. There's a chest, and then there's this little alcove with it looks like a pit, a little underground area with a ladder leading down. And you hear a little voice calling out from you. Hello?
Head over to the pit, look down in, and hello back.
Are you orcs?
Not the last time I checked.
Well, that's good. Can you help me out?
So I'll climb down the ladder.
When you climb down the ladder, you see that it's just like the simple little room with a couple more bed pallets in there, and some crates and barrels and stuff. And you see this little young halfling man tied up.
I take my knitting needles and I cut through them with the knitting needles.
And he says, "Oh, I'm Talloak. Thank Arwa you found me. I was tending out at the farm. My father, he owns a vineyard. And I was like, doing vineyard work. I was working at the farm. And the next thing I know, a bag is over my head and I was being dragged away. The orcs, they've been trying to tell us to leave, but I never thought they'd go that far. I never thought they would kidnap me."
She gives him some, gentle, there, it's all good. Let's get back up the ladder and we'll take you home to Daddy.
So he's with you now, and he says, "Thank you, friends. This experience was mighty fearsome, but I love my land. Nothing could ever convince me to leave, even getting kidnapped by orcs. I am here to stay. But could you escort me home?"
Yes, we have to meet up with our friends there as well, so we're heading back that way.
How old is Talloak?
He is a young halfling man. A little bit younger than Brighton, certainly, but he is an adult for a halfling.
Okay.
While they're investigating this alcove and rescuing the tall oak, then Nissha will take a moment to catch her breath and use her second wind.
Do you want to do anything else in this area, since there's a bunch of dead bodies and there's a table with some gold on it and a chest? And there's a patch of slime earlier up in the cave that was another little natural feature.
Kit Kat would go over to the table and look at the gold.
Do you meet things always make friends over kidnap situations? Because that seems a really inefficient way to make friends.
So on the table, you find some gold and silver pieces.
After she catches her breath, Nissha would also investigate the chest and maybe look over the gory bodies.
Can Kit Kat take the gold on the table?
Yeah, I put it in your party sheet inventory.
Okie dokie.
And searching the chest and the bodies, you found some loot. There's a scroll of featherfall, a couple gems, and some splint mail. And everybody also gets a collectible off of the bodies.
Woo.
Yay!
So, and if you want to also search the mold that was earlier in the cave, you can have a natural collectible as well.
Would we roll a percentage again?
Yeah, for both of those things. Or if you want to, you can just roll the percentage once and I'll apply it to both tables.
You can apply it to both.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm scrolling like mad. Kit Kat, you got a sanguine moth out of the kind of the natural collectible pile. And you got a skull fragment out of somebody's pack.
Ooh, delicious.
Izzy.
It makes a great soup spoon.
Oh, Izzy also found a skull fragment in somebody's. Oh, wait, never mind. Scratch that. You had like a special case on your collectible. She found a cryptomoss worm in somebody's pack. It's all alphabetical. This is interesting. A cryptomoss worm larva. Heavy on the cryptomoss. Brighton got Brighton found a bounty notice.
Ooh.
And when you read it, it says, this flyer promises 1,500 gold pieces for the capture of the bandit Grey Morden, payable by the coin lords. It is dated YK994.
Is that recent?
It is currently 998, if I remember correctly.
So that was 904?
So 4 years ago.
Oh, 994. Okay, sorry. Okay. So likely not.
Yeah, you can click on the description in the party inventory if you want to read it. I'll have to learn how to drag that drag text betterer.
I think you can drag the shield into the chat box, and if you do it as the DM, it should be legible.
Okay, you should be able to read it there.
Yeah, we can open that.
And then Brighton also got a Crypt Moss Queen. I feel something alchemical in your future. Pants, you got a fragrant drowse hood.
Ooh.
And ooh, you got variegated Kuryeva seeds.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does anyone want to do an arcana check or a history check to see if they know what that is? Or you can do a nature check too, whatever's best.
Got none of them.
For the
What was the
Kuryeva
list?
seeds?
Yeah, the Kuryeva seeds. I actually could just read the description because I got the description on there as to what those are. So screw that. There's no mystery. Just look at the description. I'll drag it over. Or you've already grabbed it, haven't you?
I did. Most of the gin in Zendrick is brewed from the Kuryeva bush. These seeds appear to be from a rare, weather-hardy, and disease-resistant variety that would be a find for most brewers.
Ooh.
I would actually know what that is.
Did I do you already, Nissha? I don't see your roll.
Oh, did I need to roll something?
Yeah, a percentage for your collectibles. You got a ceramic bowl. And a glow moss clump.
Add that to the top of the glowing sadness 2x.
So many collectibles. So little time. Okay, so I think I've given you everything that you could rustle out of this cave in terms of treasure. So all total, the money that you got was 84 gold pieces and 21 silver.
Cool.
And now, what do you want to do?
Well, I suppose since we found the person we came to look for, we should go take him back.
Agreed.
Unless we're making him our mascot, I think that's probably the best thing to do.
No, Pants is our mascot.
But before we do, a thought, anyone, since we pretty much murderized everything, anyone opposed to taking a short rest before we head on back and maybe getting some stuff back?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I mean, there was that smell of bacon. Made my tummy kind of rumble.
Yeah.
So what kind of, are you want to do a short rest or a long rest?
I think a short rest is fine.
Okay.
Anybody against taking a short rest?
Nope.
During a short rest, you can spend any of your hit die to do some self-healing. And of course, Pants can do his self-repair protocols. You have one left, I think.
I have one left for the day, but I'm actually pretty good up right now. But I believe at somewhere there's a short rest button that will automatically do all of our recoveries for things like action surges and the like.
I will do that.
I don't remember where the short rest button is, though.
I do, except for I'm not clicking it because I'm being weird.
Because you're only running like 9,000 things at the moment.
Yeah. So okay, theoretically, you just got a short rest.
We did. So we all got our action surges and second winds back. Yes.
But I don't think anyone who has spells should have gotten their spells back.
We don't have anyone with arcane recovery, I don't think.
No, it's just me who used the cleric spells to.
Does your and you haven't used your Dragonmark, so that's.
Yes, I did use my Dragonmark.
Does that take a short or a long rest?
Let's see. We did that as healing touch. Nope, I get that back.
Okay, so you have healing touch now too. Okay. All right. So what are you gonna do now? You're gonna head back to the Braza farm?
Yes.
Yep.
Probably.
All right. So show me as you're leaving the waterfall. What's your marching order?
I would say Pants and Brighton would probably be out front.
You could just arrange yourself.
Oh, by the way, that's the second time you've told me to either adjust or arrange myself on
At this
screen.
point, I'm doing it on purpose.
Awesome. Perhaps we should have the Talloak child in between.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, maneuver him as you see fit. He is your responsibility until you get back to the farm.
I think having him between
like that.
Izzy, between Izzy and the melee.
Full on circle the wagons.
Death to Coil. Oops, sorry.
I want everybody.
Did you see Coil's corpse in the anniversary event?
Yes.
It's a great thing.
Oh my god, so wonderful.
Alrighty. As you step out of the waterfall,
I push F9 to quick save.
I want everybody to do a dex save.
Silly Discord, everyone to do a what?
Do a dex save.
Dex save. Oh, this is going to be good.
That's not good.
Take the first one. The first one was better. I hit it twice.
So everyone wipes out except Kit Kat.
Oh, and I need to roll for Talloak, I guess.
I rolled a 1. I tripped over my own shoes.
Sorry, I rolled the wrong one.
Wait, does that mean we all collapsed onto Talloak and killed him?
I don't think so. Oh, no, that didn't work. Let me just roll and I'll adjust accordingly. I don't remember how to do this. I'll just add 1 to whatever he rolled. So Talloak got an 8. That means Kit Kat and Brighton both of you guys are fine, but everybody else needs to roll a d4. Because that's how much ambush damage you got from the volley of arrows that was fired at the entrance to the waterfall the second that you stepped out.
Oh, fun.
Let me roll for Talloak. And everybody rolled a 1.
My curse
that is
spreading.
amazing! Everybody! 4-1! So everybody give yourself your lovely damage.
Yep.
Can you see Talloak's hit points?
8. Well, 7 now.
Okay, great. I wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. And now I'm gonna arrange the map. We're gonna be back on the other map. And
So as we step through, the first bolt streaks through the sky, smacks into his armored torso,
thwack, thwack,
down,
thwack.
Stops. As the other arrows are coming at everyone else, goes, I do believe we're being ambushed.
ouchie. Was not nice. More not nice people have appeared. And I'm sorry, it will take me a second to arrange it. Now, what you see is a whole bunch of, you see more orcs and a couple of people who look like bandits.
Well, right now we don't see anything.
Yeah, I think my Fantasy Grounds isn't responding right now.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh, so I was going to ask, did you share the map again?
that might be why I can't enter the damage on my character sheet.
Give me a second. It might be crashing because I have just done too much horrible stuff to you guys.
If you go to maps on the right-hand side of your fantasy grounds, we are at east of Braza, and we can open it up ourselves.
Yeah. Have you guys been disconnected?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. I'm just not having respond on my end.
I got no notes saying anything about disconnected from host or lost connection from host yet. No, I'm really glad we took that short rest.
I can't do anything right now. I don't know whether to like relaunch or what. Which suck. Oh, it just crashed.
Now you've lost.
Now I have to relaunch.
Oh boy.
And it might not even be Fantasy Grounds. It might just be my Steam might be unhappy. We shall see.
In the name of launch, before you disconnect.
Oh, I just thought about how much top secret stuff I might have just broadcasted on air. I forgot to put a hide screen.
Well, see, now that you told us about it, I mean...
Something will change.
Up in there, I just got booted.
Yep, booted.
All right, I just relaunched it. You should be able to reconnect. Sorry about that.
Welcome to the glory of live gaming, guys, where things always go perfectly according to plan.
Apparently, Fantasy Grounds is looking out for you and is like, please don't murder my new player friends. And there's going to be a little bit of time, I think, while everything loads. Boop, boop, boop.
When everyone's trying to hit the server at the same time.
I know when I host, I actually, while everyone's loading, I actually don't try to load, like bring up any maps or anything. I just take my hands off the keyboard until everybody's in the game.
Okay, I'm going to stop touching things.
Well, that wasn't telling you to do that. It was what I do.
I don't want to crash anything, though, because I'm, like, trying to open everything at once. I see you, I see Pink, I see Nissha, I see Brighton. Did I see Pants?
I feel like we should have some sort of like skit going on right now or something.
Yeah, or at least some Jeopardy music.
Ahem. Do 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 do. I got silenced by Mother.
I don't remember exactly how you guys were arranged, so adjust yourselves on stream if you need to.
I don't have the map up.
East of Braza.
I'm still putting you on here too.
My map is huge.
Don't forget to adjust your map for optimal viewing.
I can't adjust myself well enough, Pam. It's still too big.
Yeah, mine won't even zoom out either.
You can right click and then choose the resize button and then minimize, and then it should change it to an adjustable window.
I mean, the scroll wheels aren't working for zooming for whatever reason.
Okay, that's better.
If you go to resize and try adjusting vertically, it can pull the map up in a smaller section for you.
The problem is every time I try and adjust it, it snaps back to the original super huge and unwieldy, needing adjustment. Oh wait, is that because the grid is super huge on it?
It shouldn't be overly huge. I wish I could see what you guys are seeing.
I'm just closing it and reopening it and see what.
See if it's happier when you reopen.
Oh yeah, no, it is definitely not happy.
Let me try regridding it maybe. I don't know.
Wait, did you put us on the map?
I did.
Maybe try resharing it just in case.
I've reshared.
Nope, that didn't help.
I see everybody except for Brighton having it, maybe not having it open. Here, let me clear, and maybe I can unshare and reshare.
Yeah, because my grid is coming up huge, and it doesn't have any of the player
Okay,
icons on it either.
Yeah, that's not just me then. Yeah, it's coming up like super ultra huge and pixelated, and the scrolls acting super stupid and funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's not just me then.
Oh, it doesn't just hit you.
I wonder if it's something I did that caused it to crash related to this.
Oh, now we don't have a grid at all.
I'm
so
redoing.
That's changing.
So, Pants, how's the weather where you're at?
It is currently pouring rain, which would be great if, except it's been pouring rain for the last 2.5 weeks straight, and ducks are starting to move into my backyard.
Oh, weird. Okay, how does it now?
I don't see it at all.
Try it. Oh, wow.
It's the same.
So that's a thing.
Okay. Let's see. What if we went back to the other map and just pretend we're here?
I'm all for pretending.
Yeah. Is it related? I got this message saying cannot find TV size set in database.
Interesting. I don't know what that means. But it's probably related to whatever I did that caused it to crash. So how about that? Is that any better? The water,
yes. Fine.
The waterfall map. Okay, I'm moving everybody over so we can get it started.
Yeah, it appears the crash decided to hose that map up verily.
It hosed that map. It's a good thing we're almost done with that map.
Ooh, I see someone with a fancy hat.
Yeah, you see a pair of bandits and orcs who apparently come back and discovered that you were sleeping in this cave, that you were resting here, and they set up an ambush. And they have someone else with them who is tied up, much like you found Talloak earlier.
Oh, so Fancy Hat Guy is strung up all hogtied.
So Fancy Hat Guy is a prisoner. He is tied up, and he is not an adversary. Did I get everybody on the map here?
Yep, all 5 of us are there.
Improvising. I would have liked to have been on the forest map, so
And one of us was in the correct spot.
So you would have had more time to maneuver, but okay.
Go with the flow.
It is what it is. Yeah. Roll initiative.
My character sheet's all wonky, too.
What kind of wonky?
I was all stretched out. I think it's better.
Our cat is trying to participate.
Oh! Is she giving you buffs?
She's trying to use James's keyboard.
Maybe the cat will roll better.
She's walking all over me.
That's what cats do. It's their job.
Mine actually curled up in my lap for a while because he can't do that when I'm DMing because I get too busy. But he usually does that to Pink, but he was all in my lap earlier.
Mine is currently resting on my shoulder like a parrot.
Oh, the cat can literally only roll better damage than I have been rolling. It only goes one direction from there.
Now, I rolled initiative for Talloak, but he is unarmed.
That's so sad. They took his arms.
Yes, he has no arms. He's going to run, and he's going to try to hide back in the cave.
I'm going to set the cleric to defend the NPC.
Ooh.
So he's kind of hanging back from where you guys are.
Did you just direct me to take care of Coil?
He did.
He just hirelinged
Did
you.
you just put him on
I just got
babysitting duty?
hirelinged.
A heal bot. You just got heal botted. And Kit Kat gets the first legit attack against this ambush of bandits and kidnappers.
Dang it! I missed.
Oh.
Hate magnet. Alright, so I'm going to... see, I may not be a smart Warforged, but I know that orcs are bad. And come up here and swing my 2x4 Glowing Sadness edition at Gruul Triborg number 1. And just wave it in front of his face threateningly.
There is so much glowing sadness.
Look at my
much glowing sadness. Oh my god.
Like, you're in trouble now. Well, that was a fun turn.
I wave my wood back and forth.
Oh my god.
Visuals.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm used to Even and Beaker, who are obsessed with ending people's turns for them. Sorry.
Send a prayer up to the dice gods. That's Nissha?
Yes, Nissha shall lift her veil to cover her face and then advance on the bandits. And attack this one.
Nat 20.
Yay.
Pretty.
And then she will swing around and attack with the second, make her second attack.
Holy moly!
Sweet.
That short rest done fired her up.
Whoa! She came, she saw...
Double-bladed scimitar and smacks him once and then like swings it around very fancily and stabs him again.
So that's 22 damage all total, which means, I'm assuming you're attacking number 2?
Yes, the one that I am adjacent.
Which means you have thoroughly dropped him with 2 swipes of your double-bladed scimitar, and he is dropped. Very dead. All right.
And let me end my turn.
Oh, is that how you attack an orc?
That is how you hit an orc with your weapon.
All right. I am going to advance and smack the orc. Not rage this time. And I shall end my turn.
Wait, did you damage yourself? I think you damaged yourself instead of the orc.
Yeah.
Hit yourself, dude.
Alright, so I'll have to add my hit points back.
So I figured it out. It's because Nissha remembered to cover her face, because that's when you know a Valinar means business.
Yeah, that was the magic.
Did you want to subtract 2 from the, or add 2 back to the?
I can drag. All right, I added 2 back.
Okay. And I am done.
Okay.
I cannot get the damage that one volley hit to light up on my screen, so if you can add the 1 for me, it's just giving me 2'd.
You are wounded.
Thank you. So, I've been hirelinged, and I'm going to stand guard here with my knitting needles and hope you mana sponges have a good time.
Okay. And Nissha, did you have 1 point of damage too?
Yes.
All right, I have updated you. All right, so you're standing guard over the halfling, the poor innocent.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I would have done anyway, but she's got her knitting needles out and she's, got a fierce little grin on.
Okay, the orc takes a whack at Brighton with his great axe.
Was he tossing 2 dice?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Did I somehow pick up 2? Let's redo that. I don't think he has any kind of advantage. So I must have accidentally clicked something. It's still a hit, though. And he does 6 damage to Brighton. Which is halved, right?
Nope.
No, I'm not raged.
Oh, you're not raged. Oh, that's right. Okay. Alright, and that will be his turn. And seeing the carnage that occurred to the one orc that Nissha cleaved just with 2 swipes of her weapon, and seeing that she has a direct line to him, bandit number 2, he's going to run away. He just drops the body of the guy with the fancy hat, and he's out of there.
Can't get good help these days, huh?
So he just bolted.
This is way above his pay grade.
Did we hear a oomph from fancy hat guy?
Yeah,
at least?
you hear a oomph. Oomph!
Okay.
And a groan. And seeing his other friend has departed, bandit number 1 also hoofs it out of there.
Remember, they could be waiting further along the trail.
I just realized it's no longer the glowing sadness edition after the short rest. It's now just the sadness edition of my 2x4.
And it's Kit Kat's turn again.
Yay!
It's okay. I'd have cast the light on your glow, so it's a glow stick, because really a glow stick of death is really just awesome.
Technically,
I'll take that.
you guys are outside, but you're inside just 'cause needs must.
Well, yeah, but
No.
I can't have it labeled glowing sadness edition if it's not glowing.
Oh, that's true.
And it's just a cantrip, so.
I missed. And I went and just randomly put that in there. So
It
don't mind that.
happens. And pants.
All right. I will look at the last remaining orc and take my sadness edition 2x4 and swing it at his face. And miss. And then say, you know what? No. Action surge. I said hit him in the face.
I'm not going to be sad today.
And then I will throw the 2x4 through the waterfall.
No, it's the new sadness.
Now it's the sadness outside. Oh, wait, no, because we're already outside, so I'll just throw it.
The sadness in the bushes.
It sounds like, the ghost in the darkness. No, it's just the sadness in the bushes.
The sadness in the
fall.
bushes.
Oh, and, yeah.
And Nissha, the exterminator.
Nissha will eyeball that orc and move around to attack.
Good lord!
Yes.
Wait,
What color are your dice? Everyone else want to change
That was
them to
the
her
wrong
color?
one, sorry.
I know, right?
You still murdered
Oh
him.
no, it wasn't. That was the right one.
He's the only one. And you've murdered him. Because, and he falls. So as he falls, you see the man in the hat. He starts to come to. He's like, whoa, what? And he's like, yes! I'm saved! So you help him to his feet. The man in the feathered hat.
Nissha kind of bows her head and says, Isavel has blessed my blade this day.
And he says, ho ho, I am Kethdenith. Verily, I am almost indebted to you. And the jaunty Kethdenith bows to the party. You have prevented a most dreadful kidnapping from reaching its most ruinous conclusion. To show my appreciation, have 2 healing potions. And your valiant party may pick one of my magical items that I would normally sell to a discerning and heavily pocketed consumer. Fortunately, those brigands were waiting to rifle my pockets until they got me back here, apparently. What? So you may choose between this magic shield, this magic whip, or a ring of swimming.
And does he hold all three of these in a vertical fashion?
He holds up each one at a time. He pulls it out of his pockets in his coat. Apparently he had the shield tucked behind his back, kind of strapped to him, and he had the whip on his hip, kind of cloaked by his coat, and then he had a ring of swimming on his hand that he kind of blings at you. And I will link those so you guys can choose which one you would like as a reward for rescuing him.
Our amazing healer happen to carry a shield?
No, she does not have one on. She does not. I don't think she does have one. Hold on.
I think Aleran, who is back at the boat recuperating, I think he uses a shield.
Oh yeah, Aleran uses a shield.
Yep.
And when she's not shooting things, Zaleria uses a shield.
So I'm probably inclined towards that, although the whip intrigues me.
The whip is a potential ranged item for Pants in the sense that it has a 10-foot reach rather than 5.
I was kind of go for the ring of swimming.
Would you?
Seems as apparently he's amphibious and spends half his time of each episode in underwater. I mean, I'm kidding. He doesn't breathe.
You don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
You can just walk there. You don't need to swim.
He doesn't swim so much as sink and walk either. So, actually, would Nissha be a better choice for the whip since it's a finesse item?
Would Nissha ever attack with something that is not her scimitar?
She uses her crossbow.
Or maybe Kit Kat, since it does have reach and she doesn't have to actually engage in melee.
Ooh.
Yeah, whatever is going to be best for the group overall. Like I said, while I find the whip intriguing, it's true I probably would not use that because it's more of a close-in weapon.
And Pants is much less of a finesse kind of fighter and much more a miss repeatedly and get shot a lot kind of fighter.
Oh, I just noticed I was doing something wrong the whole time. I was deleting the tokens from the map before I deleted from the combat tracker, when if I had just deleted from the combat tracker, it automatically removes it from the map. Thank you, Fantasy Grounds. Okay, so you all have your thoughts. How about we do an initial voting? Whoever wants the shield, type I in chat. Going. All right. Whoever wants the whip, type a B in chat. I'm thinking the whip has it. I guess you're getting a whip +1. So I will add that to your party loot.
I'm thinking our dexterous bard with reach outside of melee is a little bit more useful than a +1 to an already tanky fighter. Personally.
Well, the healer would agree with you on that. thinking that perhaps the little bard shouldn't melee. Close up. Squishy jelly.
Please tell me you booped her nose when you said that.
She's too far away from me to boop her nose.
It was a psychic boop. A psychic boop.
I don't like the psychic boop. It sounds very weird. I don't like that.
Is the psychic boop too creepy?
Yeah, like you're just sitting there and you just feel like something boop your nose and like no one's around you. It's just like, oh.
Invading your personal space with a boop.
Look at it this way. It's your mom walking up behind you and whapping you on the back of the head.
And
with that alternative.
Bonnie, Bean and Hamford need to take that to Leaf, by the way. The psychic boop.
The psychic boop. Make a note of that.
For Leaf. Yes, we need to make a note of that.
Now, with that, I'm going to say that you travel back to the Braza farm successfully, and you hand off both Talloak Stoutfield and Keth Demith to the farm with no further ado. Riverwide, Talloak's father, is overjoyed, just thrilled to see his son back. And so true to his word, he says, yes, I owe you a crate of wine. Now, I don't have it here at the farm, but as soon as you get back to Willowdale, it will be waiting for you at the Sunken Barge Tavern, as well as I'll see what I can pull together in addition to that. Since you found my son and brought him back alive, I'll see what I can give you on top of that. So it'll be waiting for you when you return to Willowdale. Which is kind of good, because a crate of wine, carrying it around through the wilderness, I mean, it weighs, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch our pickup. That's back at...
You've gotten back to the Braza farm successfully.
To Willowdale?
No, well, you are at Braza farm now, and you have reconnected with Nash Braza is there.
Oh yeah, no, I got that. I'm saying our contact for the wine. I'm worried about the wine.
It will be waiting for you at the Sunken Barge Tavern back at Willowdale, where you spoke with Lord Zindalo. So Riverwide Stoutfield is going to transfer the wine from his farm to the village, since he knows you're there on business for Lord Zindalo.
Yeah, you can see the priorities here. Oh yeah. We saved the kid. No, I know. I need to know where the wine is.
So the wine will be waiting there with you, plus some, I don't know, some extra sweetness on the side. What he can pull together back at his vineyard. You'll discover whatever extra it is when you reach Willowdale again. And Zaleria is also at the farm, and she tells you that she's gotten a track on the water spider. She's found webbing and signs of some threads or some small patches of leather, possibly torn away from clothing similar to hers that shows there might have been some kind of victim. And she has a track on the spider to the south. And that is where we are going to leave the session for today.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ominous noises.
So.
And we're now level 7, right?
No, you're still level 2. You're still level 2, but you're slightly richer than you were when you started.
All right. You did see, I don't know if you saw my note earlier, before the voting was going on, I clomped over to the bush and retrieved, or the glowing bush, and retrieved my 2x4 Sadness edition.
Your beloved 2x4?
Well, I don't know if it's still beloved anymore. It, much like the Great Axe having been fallen slowly down to a mediocre axe, is now just...
Your mainly functional 2x4?
It's a stick. Maybe there you go.
So does anyone have anything else, any concerns, any things they want to point out or say, or that their character is ready to do before we wrap up for the evening?
Are we going to... We're not going to get a long rest before we head off towards the spiders.
You will have a long rest when you come back.
Okay.
She's tracked the spider for now. You can, if you want to take a long rest as a party, you are totally allowed to take a long rest at the farm.
Okay.
Excellent.
Eat your Wheaties, polish your
Go hit the
armor,
button and
sharpen
take
your
that off.
blades, dream of a crate of wine.
Sharpen the 2x4.
You can sand your 2x4. Make it less moist. It was damp, right? Damp and sad and glowing. So you can sand and happify your 2x4.
I can use a Thompson's water seal on it.
Sand it down, put some water sealant on it so it doesn't give you any more splinters.
Totally.
I don't get splinters. Other people messing with it get splinters, but I don't get splinters. I think
That's
they're
true.
making it up.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Who's watching? I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me, but it says there's 59 people in the on the channel, which doesn't seem right.
Which is insane.
I don't think that's possible. But if you're really there, hi, welcome. This has been D&D Night on DDOstream, sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. Thanks for watching us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you tune in on this channel next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, you will see the continuing adventures of the next campaign on D&D Night, D&D Kasplat. That campaign is hosted by Patrick of DDOcast, and it's a fun, lovely group, just like this group of people is fun and lovely. You can check out DDO.com for the official DDOstream calendar to find out more about other D&D Night groups, as well as the rest of our Dungeons & Dragons online streamers. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, Fantasy Grounds, on fantasygrounds.com. You can see, tonight, I think we demonstrated a lot of stuff that you can do with Fantasy Grounds. And I'm not sure how I demonstrated how you can blow up Fantasy Grounds. It was it sounds like there was some file missing that was supposed to be there. But I'm pretty sure I did it. And finally, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow DDO at DDO Unlimited. You can follow Fantasy Grounds at Fantasy Grounds 2. You can follow me at BonnieBew. You can follow Tholgrin at Tholgrin. You can follow Judye at Judye Nazareth. You can follow Pink at Pink Gamer Teen. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
And I'll have that in the notes and stuff for the episode. And you can't follow Brighton and Rena, Brighton and Nissha, because you're not on Twitter, or who cares? But you might find them playing Dungeons & Dragons online on Kenneth's server, like I do. And they're awesome. And that is going to be the end of our show. Look forward to next time. I can't wait to see what you guys do next. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Saki, bye-bye.
Bye.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye.